building. It's gonna be a good thing. So we're gonna, you know, launch that real soon. So stay tuned for that, man. So yeah, man, Uncensored Truth Podcast is going in, man. Hit the like button. Make sure you share this video if you're watching on YouTube. SamAnt, you got anything over there?
Yeah, man. Nicki Minaj. Now we all know her brother was caught in a situation where her mother says that she wants to discuss her son's sentencing. Now we know back in November 2017, her brother Jelani was finally found guilty of predatory sexual assault, as well as endangering the life of a child. The victim was his 11-year-old stepdaughter, and the trial went on for weeks, detailing disturbing and explicit details of the horrible crime. Now, Jelani allegedly raped his stepdaughter for 8 months, as well as even being caught by the victim's younger brother, where the young man had to take the stand and talk about what he saw. Now, at Jelani's wasted sentencing, his mother was on Twitter to let the followers know that she plans on revealing some quote-unquote shocking news that the court does not want the media to know. This is Carol Mirage. Watch the Hip Hop Hood Report with Charles Fisher and the Fitness Sheriff as I share the shocking news the court don't want you to know in a tell-all interview about my son's trial. Given the time right there, y'all see that big on the screen. Yeah. Now, we all know Nicki Minaj hasn't said much. She stood by her brother. We all seen that on the disgusting charges, but she hasn't said anything. We talked about this briefly in little bits and pieces on this podcast. When we talk about your R. Kelly's, the recent Charlemagne the God controversy that was on there, this conversation was brought up within that context. Oh, God, what is your thoughts to Carol Mirage coming out and saying that she has news about her son's case? What's your thoughts on that?
I can't wait to hear it. And not to be like pessimistic about it, but it's just like so my knowledge is like DNA evidence, you know, in that case, you know, that it would suggest that he definitely was doing, you know, sexually assaulting her. So I don't you know what she could be bringing. Is she saying that the courts? I just want to wait and see, you know, this. But this has been one of the criticisms of Nicki Minaj, you know, for a while now, that she's been continuing to support him. Definitely, I think she bailed him out the first time and been right by his side the whole way. And it's her brother, but this is a real horrible, sick thing to be accused of. So I'm going to just wait and fall back and see what she got to say.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? At this point,
I can't wait. Yeah, my ears will be wide open, and we'll talk about it tomorrow on the podcast. I think we'll definitely have something to say in regards to what she has to say. I'll put it like this: I'm not going to talk about him. I'll talk about a person who did do this. Right? Let's paint the picture of a man who took his stepdaughter and raped and molested her at 11 years old for 8 straight months, and then had someone, her younger sibling, who had to be younger than 11, so 10 or younger, see it and have to sit on stand and talk about it. You think that young man was lying? Let DNA and all that aside, you think that young man had it in him to understand what he saw?
That's what I'm saying.
To say that.
Right.
You think that girl, that 11-year-old, if she had what it took to sit on that stand and detail all the horrific things that happened to her, do you think she had that at 11 years old to lie? For what?
Right.
On top of the DNA, on top of this, on top of that. I'm going to listen to what you say, Mom, but you can almost kind of save it, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. If it talks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a motherfucking duck. We took a lot of criticism for standing behind a brother who we felt was innocent. Didn't matter the name, didn't matter the book, it didn't matter who it was. We seen a situation where we felt as though it was innocent. We were going to be objective in that situation. End result, we wanted treatment and the right kind of care for all parties involved. So this isn't a situation of trying to defend a man or hating on a woman. Right is right and wrong is fucking wrong. If you do this to a child, man, woman, or especially a baby, you deserve what you deserve. Getting your ass whipped in jail, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're not going to talk about anybody personally, because we're not going to hate on anybody on this podcast. But if you're a man who found himself in a situation where you did this, you deserve every right to come to you. And shout out to moms for trying to defend you. But moms, maybe you need to sit back and let your son get the fucking lashes he deserves, because that's not a man.
Yes, sir. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth Podcast with your brother, Old God and Sam. Man, I got one more story that I want to get to.
So you and him walking in the rain, baby. You were holding hands, and I will never be the same.
Alana, what's up, girl? Hey, come take this ride with me. Yeah, shut the door, shut the door. What's up, baby? How you been? You still looking good? Holding everything in place like
October 26th, it is going down. Gangsta Conversation, the comedy album from none other than T to the motherfucking K, TK Kirkland. going down. Make sure you pre-order your album right here on iTunes. Link in the description box right now. Gangsta Conversation, T to the motherfucking K. Get yours right now. And make sure you stay tuned for the head single on that album, Walking in the Rain, sponsored by TK Kirkland. Get yours right now.
Holding everything in place like we